It's Erin's bedtime, so she's loopy. It's 7 p.m.
It is my bedtime. My eyes are so bloodshot because, like, I've literally just been binging TikTok for, like, 5 days. Okay, how do we start this?
I don't know.
I saw Colleen Ballinger?
No, it's definitely Ballinger. But
Okay.
I don't know names, obviously, so she could be Nicole Kidman. I don't know.
So I saw Colleen Ballinger do this video, and I thought it was really interesting, and it was her rating celebrities that she's met. She only did like 4 or 5 of them. Carly and I have like a laundry list of people that we've met. So
We've been through it with the celebs.
We were making a list today, and I was like, oh my god, this is like actually crazy.
We're like, wait, who else have we met? We're like, oh my god, I totally forgot.
Yeah, but not in a way where it's like, oh, I hang out with this person. Just like, kind of like, what the
yeah,
like, that's crazy.
More like David brought us on this bit, or this person stole a table from us at a club. So,
which is a true story that you'll find out in a minute.
Just LA things.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and since we live in like the epicenter of Hollywood and celebrities and all of those things, like, we've had our fair share of run-ins. People will sometimes comment being like, what was your experience like meeting this person? And we kind of talked about things here and there, but never anything too in-depth.
Yeah, we never really like dive into backgrounds of like how it happened or conversations or anything.
Do you want to like actually rate them like she did, or just like tell the story?
We can rate them, sure.
We're gonna use a scale of 1 to 10, just like Colleen did.
Okay.
And like 1 being
horrible.
I wish this person wasn't a celebrity because they're so terrible and I hate them, to 10, like, oh my god.
Like, let me move in with you because you probably have an amazing house.
Yeah.
Because you're a celebrity and I love you. Wait, who's
ready?
Who's first on our list?
The queen of TikTok, Miss 100 Mil, Charli D'Amelio.
And yes, she is a celebrity. She has 100 million followers. I don't know what else encompasses fame than 100 million followers anywhere.
So it was one sunny day and Jason Nash was like, we were with David and Jason, and they were about to surprise Jason's daughter, Charli, with Charli D'Amelio.
Yeah, very confusing for the camera.
Hopped in the Tesla. We drove on over to the
crying.
Hype House.
Oh yeah, we went to the freaking Hype House, I forgot. We were like, wow.
Yeah, and there was a literal gate, and I was like, I didn't even know who this girl was, mind you, at the time. Because I was like full boomer mode, didn't know what TikTok was, like just had no idea. I was like, okay. There was like a gate, a little thing you needed to like push to get in. I was like, what the f? Like, these kids are all teenagers and they live in a gated home.
Yeah, she just like got in the car and David like explained what we were doing, and she was just like shy, sweet, and like so nice. And how she interacted with Jason's daughter was so cute. She was just very loving and wanted to hug her and made TikToks with her, and it just felt like, oh, she's here because she wants to be.
Coming from me, I had no idea who she was. Like, no shading her. I just like, it's like a generation thing. Seeing how she interacted with Charli, I was like, wow, I stan this girl. Like, she's so sweet, so nice. It was just like chef's kiss, 10 out of 10 experience for me.
Same. That's what exactly what I don't know if I said 10 out of 10, but that's what I was going to give her.
No. Oh, I loved her.
Yeah.
She was so cute. We started off strong, so we might as well tell a nice, juicy one next.
Okay.
Miss Jennifer Lopez.
Woo! I feel like we briefly told this story at one point, but I don't know if I kept in all of it because I was like, maybe this makes her look bad, and you guys will see why in a second.
We got a job, and it was in Minnesota for the Super Bowl, and Jennifer Lopez was performing, and we were supposed to do like a little segment with her to like post on our story to promote the event. And there were like a bunch of different influencers there, and we all had like our little moments with her. Mind you, it wasn't like, oh, we want to film this with J-Lo. It was like a mandatory thing that we were doing.
We were like nervous.
Yeah, oh my god, I was like, never worked with a celebrity before. Like, we were like, what the f? This is so crazy. This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, we had to film, I think, Instagram stories or something, and we had to say something very specific, and like, you know, us like trying to do brand deals, it's like horrible. And so I was just like, I can't remember anything around J-Lo. She's gonna be like, let's go, or something.
I know.
Like, God,
it was finally our time. We had like a call time and everything, and then we went and we were sitting there for like an hour.
Yeah, so long, just sweating.
Like, yeah, it was like in this little, it was in the stadium or whatever, like the arena, and we were just like sitting on the ground somewhere waiting for her. And then and then she finally showed up, but when she got to where we were, it was Neo, right?
I believe so. He was like they were performing together. He was opening, so he was like doing sound check.
Nia was doing sound check, and as he started, J-Lo, like, walked up to right where we were with, like, her whole entourage. Like, A-Rod was there.
Oh my God,
who was, like,
so
very
scary.
nice, by the way. As we were walking up, like, oh my God, my stomach, like, dropped. I was like, now's our moment. Like, this is so scary. No. And then she walked up, looked at the stage, and just started flipping the fuck out. He wasn't supposed to do sound check without her. She was like, why is he doing that without me? Like, we're supposed to be doing this together. Like, call somebody, I don't know. She's like, call him now. And like, Carly and I are standing there like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were just like, what did we do?
Like, these two girls.
Because she seemed upset, obviously, and then I was like, is she going to be upset with us?
And then she was upset and walked away, and we didn't film
we didn't
our
get to do it. Which was so sad.
It was like, I was like so uncomfortable in that moment.
Yeah, I wish we would have filmed it with her still so I could get a better sense of like who she is.
Totally.
I mean, when she filmed with David, it was like funny and fun.
I think it's like fully based on like just that interaction.
Yeah.
Like, you obviously don't know like what kind of day she was having, like how long she'd been filming these things for. So like obviously like take all of these stories with a grain of salt. Like this is just our like one-time experience with all these people. Everyone's allowed to have a bad day or like a bad moment, but like that was just our experience with her.
Yeah.
And like based on that experience,
I would say 5 out of 5 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I do like a 4 just because I was kind of like all day. Like all my anxiety was like so pent up, so then when that happened I was like, oh fuck.
Her show was amazing though. It was like incredible.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah,
go off, queen. You can yell at anyone any day.
Yeah,
if you're gonna perform like that.
My light just came crashing
what
down.
happened?
Hold on, my light just
oh my God.
Okay, another one I met. Erin wasn't there, but I actually met, and it was so fun for me because it's so nostalgic too, was Spidey, Spencer, and Heidi from The Hills. I don't even know I was at some like Christmas party, but Spencer and Heidi were there, and they knew like Todd and Jeff because they've been on the show a couple times, and I don't know, like worked together, I guess.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I saw them when I was watching it.
Yeah. And so they were just like chatting, and then I was like, oh my God, that's Spencer and Heidi, I have to meet them. And so I walked up and started just talking to them, and there's no like real story, but talking to Heidi, I literally felt like I was talking to a mom. Like it was crazy. I didn't think that would be the experience at all. My 5-minute convo with them are exactly who they are on TV. Like Spencer was just like funny and buddy kind of, and Heidi was just very mom. Like she kept just being like, I just want to go home to my son. Like I don't like being out late or anything like that. So I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Who they are on TV 2019, 2020.
Not back in the day.
2012.
Yeah. I hated
I was like, because Spencer was not sweet.
Yeah, he was like the villain of the show. I would give it like a 9 out of 10 just because nothing bad happened. They were both super nice.
While we're on the topic of The Hills, I have a not similar story, just like kind of brief moment, 1 hour or like a 45-minute moment. I sat next to good old Justin Bobby on a Southwest flight home from Las Vegas. And if you don't know Justin Bobby, he was also on The Hills, also like the worst.
Kind of a villain too.
Definitely a like douchey villain who wears
combat boots on the beach.
It was like the most classic what I would picture Justin Bobby flying home from Vegas to be. Like he was just wearing a like oversized cardigan, like had on combat boots, jeans, and slept the whole time, but then was also like texting girls.
Oh, how do you know he's texting girls?
Because I could see. I was in the middle seat and he was on like
he was like next to you.
Yeah, it went Justin Bobby, me, TJ.
Oh my God, was he texting Audrina?
No, he wasn't, unfortunately.
Oh my God,
but it was like
see, were you like...
Well, no, it was actually funny too. Like girls were texting him, but he didn't text them back.
Oh.
Like he like read the message and then like just didn't respond.
Wow.
And I was like, that tracks for Justin Bobby. But
yeah.
like you could tell he was hungover. He had a long night in Vegas. He was also like, there was another girl on the plane, but they weren't sitting together, but they were definitely like together. I feel like was actually a 10 out of 10 because it was like everything I could have wanted or imagined. Like just like a classic drunk Justin Bobby sleeping next to me.
We did not talk about this or like put this on the list, but just really quick, I was on a flight with Kevin from the Backstreet Boys too. It was like one of those the Jet Suite X flights.
Also, we met the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about that. So Jet Suite X is this like, it's not a private jet, but it's like advertised like that kind of. It's usually like the same price as taking a regular flight from like Burbank to Vegas or something like that.
Yeah, it's what Tana takes, but says that it's a
jet life. Yeah, no, literally. I remember getting on the plane and then it like taxied for a minute and then a black car drove up and Kevin from the Backstreet Boys got out and got on and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So we had a job in Miami.
I think that was our first like one of our first travel jobs.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was. Somebody who was like a part of the team that got us the job and everything, she was like, do you guys want to meet the Backstreet Boys? And maybe you can like film videos or just like have, you know, spend some time with them and do whatever. And we were like, oh my God, that's actually really crazy. Sure. Like, why not? Why pass it? You know, we can vlog and do whatever.
And like Jason was so down for it. He's like, I have these ideas. We're like, oh, this will be so funny. Like, absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah. Turns out she just brought us to their regular, like, meet and greet where, like, people are lined up to meet them. First of all, everyone in the line was like, David! Like, screaming for David.
Oh, yeah. Like, these people had probably been waiting for, like, hours to meet the Backstreet Boys, and then, like, us assholes just walked in and cut the line.
Yeah, and at that point, we were just, like, it was, like, uncomfortable, and we just, like, didn't really want to do it just because it was, like, oh, I don't know how to act in this situation.
It was too uncomfortable.
Yeah, and not, like, oh, we expected to, like, hang out with them, but it was just, like, the way it was said that we were going to do and what actually happened was so different.
This has happened also with Nick Jonas. I forgot about Nick Jonas.
God.
And it's, like, a way when you're, like, working with people, it's more of a, like, oh, we want to be like, hey, what's up type of thing.
Yeah, it's,
and like
it's weird to be a fan at the same
less
time.
Like, we're your fans.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because we're like working on like a project with these people.
Yeah.
So it was just like so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. And then like Jason, oh my God.
I don't remember what he did, but I remember they were like annoyed with Jason.
I don't specifically remember, but he was like messing around with them like while they were taking the picture, because basically it was like a step and repeat. They're like, take your pictures, see you later.
And go. And it was quick.
And none of us wanted to do it at that point. We were like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think we all just felt uncomfortable because we were like those assholes who were just cutting people, and like that's not like I don't want to be like that.
I would rate the experience like a 3 out of 10.
Oh my God, the experience was so bad. But also, I had never seen the Backstreet Boys in concert or anything, so like this was a dream. And then when we saw them and like now they're in their 40s, like they had so much makeup on their face that I was like shocked.
Yeah, and to be camera ready, they're stepping.
I know, they were about to perform.
Yeah,
they were nice and like took pictures, but they were pissed at Jason. So like it made the whole thing just like so uncomfortable.
It was so funny after the fact though. We're like, they hated Jason. I feel like
for sure, like 3 out of 10. I had the like biggest pit in my stomach the whole time.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm so uncomfy.
I know. For me, it just says nothing about their personalities. It was just like the experience was like so out of left field, and then we were like, oh, we're doing this. Oh, okay. Take a picture and move on. I don't know. It was so weird.
Oh my God. Okay, the next one is Meghan Trainor.
Oh, well, Erin, I'll let you take that one away.
I feel like it's so hard because, like, I don't remember. I was blacked out.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, my God. We were at our friend Brendan's house. Like, I think we had gone out that night, and then, like, we ended up back there. He lived, like, right down the street from us, so it was just, like, bar closed, after party. But there wasn't, like, a lot of people there. I think it was just, like, us.
Well, I wasn't
and,
there.
And, like, Matt.
But like,
you weren't?
No, I like left to go to bed. Like I was done, and because I remember hearing about it, and I was like, "What happened?"
Me, Ariel, maybe Matt King. I think he lived there at the time. And then like Jay Cyrus, and,
like,
then Zane was there, and then apparently Meghan Trainor showed up. Not to my recollection.
Just LA things.
Yeah, and then I guess we were being like so rowdy and so loud, and we wound up getting like kicked out of Brendan's apartment. There was like 6 of us.
Yeah.
And we wound up getting kicked out of his apartment. So like Meghan Trainor was just like standing outside of this apartment complex with like all of us, and we had just gotten kicked out. And like she was in like the prime time of her fame. I feel like she was probably one of the first celebrities like I ever met. Yeah. I don't remember. Apparently I was like running around with my top off.
No,
too.
I feel like I remember the story was you were like butt naked, like running around the apartment.
Oh, I mean that tracks.
That's why I love that story, because it's like you don't give a. Erin truly does not care who she's around. She's not like, oh, I gotta act a certain way because someone's around me. She's just. Like,
just me, funny. Unapologetically me.
Yeah,
get that on a t-shirt.
Naked.
But so for that, like, I feel like I have to give Meg a 10 out of 10 because she just like put up with me and like was cool and got kicked out of the apartment and like didn't like throw a fit about it. So not that I remember.
She was like horrible, but you don't remember.
The Weekend.
I feel like this. I'll make it brief because I feel like everyone knows the story, but. We were at a club, like a really cool club in LA.
I was not there.
Erin was not there. I can't remember if I like witnessed it. I've heard the story so many times. It's like I don't remember if I witnessed it or I just heard about it because I was there. But we had this great table, and all I remember from the story is The Weeknd was there and came up to Scott, who's like the nicest and like will
So
never
nice.
say no, you know, and I think he said something along the lines of like, yeah, I'm gonna take this table. And I don't remember what Scott said. I think he was just like, oh, okay, didn't know what to say. And then we literally all got kicked out of that table and had to go to a different table. At that time,
LA problems.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know how this works. Like, I'm sure celebrities have, you know, calls over tables or whatever, but it was just so bizarre, and I was just like, it gave me a bad taste in my mouth about The Weeknd. So I'm gonna rate that a 1 out of 10.
This one's for all the parents out there. So we got Mr. Steven Spielberg.
Oh, yes!
One of our friends was dating one of his kids, so we wound up there one day because they were like carving pumpkins, and they invited Carly and I over, and we were like, oh my god, how nice, how fun.
Wait, that's
So
not the
we
first time.
went.
The first time was at night. Remember we were at Courtney's birthday?
Are you sure that was the first time?
Yeah, positive.
Apparently we went over there one time. You tell that
The
part.
first time was literally exactly what you think he'd be doing, like to the T. We walked in and he was literally reading a script on the kitchen table.
Classic Steven.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is real.
I do remember that now.
You do? And I remember that
Okay,
night was the first night we listened to Lainey for the first time.
And then the second time, we got invited to go carve pumpkins. And first of all, like 10 out of 10 for the grass at their house. It's so
beautiful.
fucking nice. More luscious than my hair. It's so crazy. So we were carving pumpkins, and then Steven Spielberg came home, just started filming us on his iPhone.
Yeah, we were like, we're
Which
in a
was
movie.
like, oh, at least get my like reel.
Yeah. I remember after Erin was like, do you think I'm going to be on IMDb after this?
Yeah, like obviously kidding.
Yeah.
But he had just gotten back from test driving like the first ever Tesla.
I remember.
He was just chatting with us, like literally filming, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, he was like just such a dad.
Like just like a classic dad.
Yeah, but also not at all because he's Steven Spielberg. I would give that a 10 out of 10 because he was just so nice.
Steven gets a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
He was so sweet to us, so nice. This is a quick one. So I was at emo night. Halsey like frequents emo night all the time. I've never like personally like met her. I've been around her, but then in one of the upstairs green rooms, I was just like hanging out, and there weren't many people up there. And then all of a sudden somebody walked into the upstairs green room bathroom that it's just like if you were in like a house. At like David's. If you were at like David's house in the living room and then someone opened the bathroom in the living room. That's like exactly how I can explain it. So that when you open it, literally everyone could see in. And in the bathroom, like Halsey was just standing there. Her pants were up, like she was fine, but like someone just opened the door and she just like looked and didn't really say anything and just like laughed. And I was like, okay.
Oh, that's
well,
cool.
I love her because like I feel like any diva celeb would like yell at a person, like, don't you knock, or like say something so stupid, but she was just like so chill about it. Yeah, she was just like, hey. And I was like, okay, she's cool. So like 10 out of 10 for Halsey going pee. Next is Kendall and Kylie for you.
Okay. My best friends, Kendall and Kylie, like they're so nice. I mean, I only met Kendall at Zane's birthday when David surprised Zane.
Yes,
and
I was home for Thanksgiving, so I wasn't around.
in this one I don't really know just because like I didn't really like talk to her, but she was very down to just have fun and be in the videos, and
Love.
I didn't really talk to her, but I saw her talking to like Mariah and stuff, and like just so nice and down to earth. That's how she seemed for me. I would say 10 out of 10. She was just fun. What is that?
Did you hear that?
What is that?
Fucking Justin Bobby.
And then Kylie, it's weird because like she's been around in our friend group for a while, but I don't know her personally really well, but there's been a couple times where I've seen her at like a party or something and she'll give me a hug or something, and I'm just like
So sweet. I've never met her because like she comes out at night.
yeah, Erin
And
does
I
it
go
at
home
night.
at night. But it's so cool, like, just hearing the secondhand stories of, like, obviously she's heavily, like, bodyguards are there.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, she does that to be safe, but, like, at the same time, everyone, like, has nothing but good things to say about her, so.
Yeah. Remember Zane said that when he first met her, she, like, sat down at their dinner or whatever, and she was like, oh my god, I'm such a
remember.
big fan of you. And he was like, what?
I remember.
I feel like any Kardashian is just crazy to see in person because like for me and for Erin, we've watched them on TV for so long, and obviously they're so big everywhere. It's just kind of mind-boggling to be in their presence.
The last one for all the like emo kids out there. I do have a lot of emo people that I've met, so let me know if you want to know about those people.
It's a whole video in itself.
But yeah, it's Pete Wentz. this was like, I think he was like the first celebrity that I saw like out in public. He was actually somebody that I literally like loved since I was in like 7th grade. Like prior to Fall Out Boy, like literally blowing up and being like Fall Out Boy. I was invited as a guest to a premiere of a movie that Fall Out Boy had. It was the Ghostbusters movie, and Fall Out Boy had like redone the song or something. I did not know that that was a thing that happened, but all of a sudden I saw Pete Wentz on the red carpet and I was like, what the f*** is Pete Wentz doing here? But also, like, at the same time, I was like, oh my god, Pete Wentz, like, this is crazy. Like, I've never seen a celebrity, like, out in public, and, like, I don't get that way. I just thought it was, like, so cool. Like, I find, like, seeing a celebrity to be so cool just because it, like, makes them real. And I feel like he may have been the first and only celebrity I have ever asked to take a picture with.
Oh, interesting. Weird flex.
He was just like so cool, like wearing like a cool bomber jacket, and he was drinking like a fucking soda. He was on the red carpet drinking a soda, and he was just like alone. We were standing next to each other, and I was like, hey man, like, love your shit. Like, will you take a picture with me? And then we just, like, took a little selfie, took 2 seconds, chatted for a minute, and it was great. He was awesome. I loved him. That was really, I think, surreal for me because I'd never, like, met a celebrity like that before. I was just like, oh my god, Pete. Mind you, it was a red carpet full of celebrities, and the person that I fucking took a picture with was Pete Wentz. Oh my god, I feel like we talked about so many people. If you guys want to see or hear some more stories about other we have, like, we got a good ass list here.
If you guys want us to spill more tea, let us know because it's up to you. Well, thank you guys for watching. I don't know.
We don't always talk at the same time.
It's hard. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
And we'll see you on Friday.
Bye.